Alex Decker is a retired Special Operation Green Beret, an amateur historian, archaeologist, and now a debut author. His first novel, Desert Heist, has been described as Indiana Jones meets Jack Reacher. Alex, you had me at Indiana Jones. I'm in. Thanks for joining us on the Fox Local Book Club.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you just retired from the military after spending 20 years in special operations. How did you go from a career as a Green Beret to a novelist?
Accidentally, for sure. I actually wrote the book Desert Heist kind of as a pet project in between deployments and didn't think I'd do anything with it long term. Kind of dug it out of the cobwebs a little bit later, and it just kind of took off from there.
So tell us a little bit about the story and your main character, Nate Wild.
Sure. So Desert Heist follows Nate Wild. He's a Green Beret who gets out mid-career after kind of a disastrous deployment and decides to pursue his other passion in life, which is history and archaeology. So he's going for his PhD in archaeology, and his dissertation focuses on the lost city of Ubar in the Arabian desert, which is a fabled lost city that he had learned about during his time in the military. He's very attached to this idea. The university tells him to pick something else, and he has some troubles getting some permits to go on an expedition. And like most good Green Berets, he decides to go ahead and do it anyway, and enlists the help of some of his former teammates along the way to go on this adventure to discover this lost city.
Okay, so that leads me into my next question. Are you and Nate alike? And I guess what I really want to know is, how close to Indiana Jones are you?
Nate and I are similar. I think our paths very much diverge in that I did a full 20 years in special operations. He gets out about halfway and pursues something else in life. So it kind of took us in two very different courses. As far as Indiana Jones, I'm not an archaeologist with a PhD. I just have a very deep passion for history and have participated in some archaeological digs. And so a very, very deep passion of mine, and certainly something that went into writing Desert Heist.
Well, where did that passion for history and amateur archaeology come from?
So I grew up in a military family and moved kind of all around the world, and as such had an opportunity to experience many different places and cultures and the histories along with it. So from a young age, I was visiting ancient sites and crawling around archaeological digs, so it just kind of was part of my DNA.
That's a very cool childhood. What are some of your favorite places that you visited?
So Petra, I would say, is at the top, right next to Egypt. So especially obviously the pyramids of Giza. It's one of those things, obviously one of the great wonders of the ancient world, the kind of thing that really needs to be experienced and you can't really appreciate until you stand next to it.
So you've served all over the world, deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, Syria, other locations. You also survived a Taliban hand grenade during an ambush in Afghanistan. Your life sounds like an action novel. Is it therapeutic to write something that is kind of close to what you actually lived?
It is in a way. I don't think that I could certainly write any kind of an autobiography, but being able to write these characters in this kind of format, which is the focus is on kind of this high adventure they're going on, but the story itself is laced with a lot of my real world experiences. And so getting to include those into the story is in some way a little bit therapeutic, I think.
So your wife, I understand, is a former CIA operative, so I can only imagine the dinner conversations you guys had. Was she involved at all in the process?
So my wife is actually the person who I let read the book a little while down the road after I wrote it, and was the first one to tell me that I think you might have something here. You should try to move forward and see if you can get this published. So there's no Desert Heist without my wife, Savannah, for sure.
Yeah, your first fan, and probably still your biggest.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us. Desert Heist is available now any place you buy your books. Thank you for your service and for sharing your story on the Fox Local Book Club today.
Thank you so much.